Al Lemmo running for U.S. Congress in Michigan's 13th Congressional District to defeat radical Rashida Tlaib. Al is a staunch supporter of legal immigration, strong borders, a powerful military, efficient and effective health care. Al is a strong defender in the sanctity of human life, beginning at conception, a trained problem solver and unifier. Together, we can drive Michigan and America forward again.
Hello, Michigan in the 13th District. My name's Ken Crow. I am the senior political consultant for the Al Lemmo to Congress campaign. You know, we've got a lot of issues going on in this country today. We've got a lot of very critical issues going on in this country today. One of them, obviously, is this catastrophic virus known as the coronavirus or COVID-19, whatever they're calling it today. This thing is serious. And I just want to point out the critical nature of this. This virus is a perfect example of why we need Al Lemmo in Congress. Our competition the other day put out a statement on Facebook yesterday, and what the statement in effect said was it was being critical of Governor Whitmer on your governor on the way she was handling telling people to stay home and her invasion of privacy and her invasion of rights and so on and so forth. Guys, this is exactly why we need Al Lemmo. The president stands up every morning and talks about, in a press conference, talks about the latest updates on this virus. This thing is spreading like wildfire, and in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have millions of Americans will have contracted this virus, or they will have been tested positive for it and have had it for a short period of time, and now they're testing positive. The problem here is when he put this statement out, he never mentioned coronavirus. He never mentioned the gravity of what was going on. This lady, like her, love her, whatever, she may not be our party affiliation, but she's the leader of the state, and she's trying to keep you alive. California is already shut down. Illinois is shut down. Florida is totally shut down. New York is totally shut down. That is the only way we're going to be able to stop the spread of this plague, is to keep people from interacting right now. I realize that it goes against everything we believe in our Constitution, everything our Bill of Rights says, but how else are we going to stop the virus? We cannot be playing volleyball on a beach in Florida. We cannot put 200 of us in an aluminum tube and fly through the air for 4 hours with somebody infected and expect not to get it. It's highly contagious and it's killing people. We don't want to be losing, a quarter of our population because we were stupid and didn't do what had to be done to stop the virus. With that said, it goes to practical, rational thinking. Al Lemmo is a very intelligent individual. He's got 2 college degrees. One of them's in mechanical engineering, and the other one, I believe, is in biology or chemistry, but at any rate, it escapes me for the moment. But the point is, he is a rational thinker. He's not a blowtorch. He's not a troublemaker. He's very quiet. He's very pragmatic, and he's very, very thoughtful in everything that he says and does. And with that said, I'm asking for your support for Al Lemmo today, because we need somebody that can cross across the political lines and the political divides in this country and bring everybody together. This district hasn't belonged to the Republicans for over 70 years. Now is the time we can win, but we're going to have to win it with somebody that appeals abroad and across the spectrum to everyone. As you're going to find out shortly, Al has been volunteering and mentoring the youth in Detroit for decades. He's worked in his parish for decades, and you're going to learn more here shortly from Don Dodge. With that said, please think about this very carefully. Don't get caught up in something that, yeah, our opponent could win the primary, but he's going to lose by 30 points in the general. There's no way these people can defeat Rashida Tlaib. Al can. And I'd like you to consider it. Visit Al Lemmo, his website. Visit his website, lemmotocongress.com, and I think you're going to be impressed. With that said, I'm going to hand it off to Dawn Dodge now, the campaign manager, and she's going to visit with you for a couple of minutes. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your prayers for our nation and the state of Michigan and all your citizens. With that said, have a great day and God bless each one of you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ken. Hello, everyone in the 13th District and beyond. I'm Dawn Dodge, the campaign manager for the Lemmo to Congress campaign. As Ken alluded to a few moments ago, Al Lemmo is exactly who we need on Capitol Hill to represent this district. It's time we send somebody with dignity, decorum, decency, and integrity on the Hill to represent us. And Al Lemmo is that individual. Al's the only one that can beat Rashida Tlaib. He's been serving in this district for decades. Did you know that Al Lemmo has been volunteering in his parish for years? And one of the things that Al does routinely is he calls on the homebound elderly to help them with their food, their finances, and their medical needs. He's been doing this quietly for decades. And that's in addition to tutoring the inner city youth in the 13th District in Detroit. The 13th District needs a practical and rational thinker on Capitol Hill. Not another blowtorch that will only bring negative spotlight to this district and our state. I invite you to help support this very worthy man in his bid to defeat Rashida Tlaib. You'll be glad you did. Go to lemmotocongress.com. That's lemmotocongress.com. And thank you all. Please pray for our nation during this very critical time in history. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless this great nation. Thank you.
My name is Lucretia Hughes, and I am supporting Al Lemmo for the 13th Congressional District in Michigan. Why? Right now, in a time of uncertainties, we need real leaders in Washington, D.C. Al Lemmo is a real leader and a champion for the American citizens. We need someone that puts God first, believes in the foundation of family, and will stand up for their countrymen and women. So don't forget, please support and vote for Al Lemmo for Congress.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I proudly support Al Lemmo for United States Congress. As a resident of the 13th Congressional District, I am proud to support him. He has proven himself through the last few decades as a man of integrity. He has provided his time and his resources to help those in this community, and I do believe that he will continue to do so. He's a kind man, and I think he has a very compassionate heart for those in need, and I am proud to support him.
The Ted Nugent family supports and endorses Al Lemmo for the 13th District in Michigan as congressman to bring back God, family, country, and freedom as the driving spirit of the great state of Michigan.
Thanks, Ken and Dawn, and all our wonderful volunteers. Hello, delegates and fellow Republicans of the 13th District. My name is Al Lemmo. Some of you have known me for years, and to some of you, I'm the new kid on the block. Although I've actually lived in the city of Dearborn in the same house for the last 42 years, not exactly a fly-by-nighter. I've lived in the 13th District for 10 years between the redistricting that followed the 2000 census and the redistricting that followed the 2010 census, and then they moved the lines on me again. I may be back in the district before very long after the current census is completed. We don't know yet. As you probably know, I am running for Congress in the current election campaign to seek the nomination to run against the very toxic and embarrassing current representative of the district, Rashida Tlaib. The fact is, our nation is currently faced with some very critical issues. With that said, I want to be the first to say that I hope you're all healthy, staying safe, and paying attention to all the daily updates from our leadership and the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control. The fact is also, because of this coronavirus, we are now being faced with unprecedented layoffs, business closures, unemployment rates, and an economy that in the weeks to come will be struggling worse than we have seen in decades. In many respects, this is uncharted territory. Nobody knows how long this is going to last, but if this virus persists much longer, our nation is going to be faced with very dark days for much longer than any of us want. Congress and the United States Senate are going to be faced with tough decisions. We are going to need people on Capitol Hill who have the capacity for working across the aisle, who can think pragmatically and realize that at this time in our history, civility and respect are paramount to achieving a positive outcome when this is over. District 13, I am asking for your support in this campaign. I have invested decades in volunteer public service, including tutoring both youths and adults in neighboring Detroit, prison ministry, and service to those in financial distress as a St. Vincent de Paul home visitor. That's through my church, and some many other things I've done through my church in Dearborn. I have been very active in Right to Life work, leading the effort in the city of Dearborn for the 1988 statewide referendum to end taxpayer-funded abortions. And I've done a whole lot more than that in that area. We are all Americans, all of us. It is time to end the visceral hatred between parties. We are all facing an enemy that, if not dealt with, can be catastrophic for our nation in ways that we can barely imagine. We will get through this together and come out more confident and stronger than ever before because of it. We defeated global tyranny with our positive can-do attitude, and we can defeat this in much the same way and make this nation even stronger than it was before. We're a God-fearing, God-loving society, and through our tenacity, love of God, sacrifices, prayers, and hard work, we will come out stronger on the other side of this. We only need to work together, take care of our neighbors, and we will be fine. In closing, yes, I am a devoted conservative who believes in life, including prenatal lives. I am a fierce defender of the Constitution, all of it, including the critical Second Amendment. I have even been endorsed by none other than Ted Nugent, Mr. Second Amendment himself. And unlike a lot of people, I have taken an oath of office to support the Constitution as required in the Constitution at the end of Article 6. I worked for the federal government for 30 years. That oath of office did not expire when I retired some 9 years ago. It is a part of me and always will be. Count on it. I believe in lawful government. Lawful government, that means government constrained by the provisions of the Constitution to be smaller than it currently is. I believe in protecting our borders. I am a proponent of legal immigration, not supporting those that sneak into our nation illegally. These are just a few of my positions and why I hold them. I would request that you take a few minutes to drop by lemmo2congress.com. The site will give you even more information about my candidacy. Thank you for your time. I am truly grateful for this. I do hope to meet all of you as this campaign goes forth. May God bless each of you, and may God bless America, this great nation that all of us are blessed to share.
Go to lemmo2congress.com/donate and give whatever you can to help Al Lemmo to defeat radical Rashida Tlaib.